Now over in Tokyo, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, they have cut prices and now announced new games to try to raise year-end sales going to the Christmas shopping season. And in 2010, the focus is likely to move on how players operate their controllers. Mike Fern had fun reporting from the Tokyo Game Show.
They never come to Tokyo, but this year Nintendo stole the game show without even being there by announcing a 20% price cut for the Wii. The game console outsells PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 because of the low price and a motion controller that appeals to first-time gamers. Now Sony and Microsoft are planning to beat Nintendo at its own game.
With all three console makers announcing price cuts in the last month and no new generation consoles expected out for several years to come, the focus now for Sony and Microsoft at least is on their motion-sensitive devices, which may come out next year. This is Microsoft's Project Natal, which has a camera which maps your body movements, which is why he's moving around like this. No word yet from Microsoft when it's going to come out or how much it's going to cost.
Worldwide Studios, as well with our third-party partners, is talking about and showing the kind of promise that we think this technology brings. When those experiences are perfected, we'll be ready to ship.
In 2010?
We're not really talking about a date right now.
Sony says people aren't ready to give up on a controller altogether. It's working on a one-shaped device for PlayStation 3.
We haven't announced the price on the motion controller, which we will do in due course, but we are aiming for the launch of the motion controller on a worldwide basis in the spring of 2010.
Analysts say even with killer games for the new motion-sensitive devices, Sony and Microsoft probably won't be able to outsell Nintendo's Wii.
The cumulative global sales reached about 50 million units. PS3 is only about 20 million. So the traffic controller cannot help to chase the Nintendo sales momentum.
Gamers want a controller, a proper D-pad, and buttons to play their games on. I can't imagine racing game being successful where you're just sort of doing this with your arms.
With some games, though, doing this with your arms is a lot of fun. Whether Microsoft and Sony can sell their sensors cheaply enough to attract gamers is the factor that's likely to decide the final score. Mike Fern, Bloomberg News at the Tokyo Game Show.
Oh my, well, Mike looks like he's having lots of fun, isn't he? I'm quite jealous. It's all about gimmicks in the gaming world.